Video. Are you ready? Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Prospero Plays. Today I'm doing a Brave New World update video. It shows all the new things that you get from Brave New World. One of my friends recently picked up Brave New World and was a little confused with all the new things that Brave New World adds to Civilization 5. And so I'm going through individually and looking at each thing with a quick video. Today we are going to tackle Ideologies. Now, Ideologies are a later addition to the culture tree that completely reshapes the late game diplomatic map with the Ideologies. Now, formerly in the cultural panel, it was just like a normal tree. You had freedom, you had autocracy, you had order, each of which had a different tree in it, and normally you didn't get very deep into those trees, because if you were going culture, you went freedom, and you almost never got autocracy or order to be that deep, just because you didn't get that many social policies if you were going for the victory conditions that wanted those other cultural trees. Now they've completely changed it, so it's something completely different. Even though it is out of culture, and even if you are a little slower with culture, you're not going to get quite as many ideological tenets. It is going to be slightly different. So, when you are in the industrial era, you get to pick your ideology when one of two things happen. First, you can either pick the ideology when you have your third factory, which is how we're going to get it here in a moment, or when you get into the era after industrial, which is modern, I believe. Yeah, if you get into the modern area, you get to pick an ideology. If you get your third factory, which, if you're doing it right, should happen before you get to the modern era, you will get an ideology. So, to show you about ideologies, I will now straight up purchase my third factory. And next turn, I will get ideologies. You know, if Haile Selassie doesn't want to take my last marble. Everyone wants this last marble that I have. Oh, wow. I seem to ticked off. Uzitan. Alright, here we go. Choose ideology. Now that I have a factory in 3 cities, the ideas of the Industrial Revolution permeate in your society, and they clamor for you to pick an ideology for your civilization. And so, here are the 3 ideologies. As I mentioned before, they are the same as the 3 different late-game tenets you can pick from the old culture tree, except now they're completely different. Autocracy. This is, you know, very strong Nazism, strong central government with control of everything. The best victory types that they can go for are cultural. Interestingly enough, every ideology can do cultural because ideologies are a cultural thing. But cultural, diplomatic, because autocracy normally has a strong central, very charismatic leader. And so you can go for diplomatic victory pretty nicely with autocracy. And, of course, the natural one, military, conquering the world. Freedom is cultural, diplomatic, or space race. And order is cultural, military, or space race. So, for example, by this time you should have fairly well put in your mind what kind of victory condition you're going for. If you're going for diplomatic, you don't want to do order. The communists are not going to be winning any popularity contests, at least amongst the elites. However, if you want to do a military victory, you shouldn't go freedom. The mamby-pamby, hippie mercantilists are not going to be the ones who are, conquering the world through sheer military force. Since I have already decided that I'm going to be doing a diplomatic victory, I am going to adopt freedom. Now, ideologies have certain incentives for picking ones that other people don't have. There are also incentives for picking ones that other people do have, which I'll go over slightly later. As you can see, I'm the first one in this game right now to adopt a ideology. It says down here, nobody, nobody, nobody. Because of that, no matter which one I pick, I will get 2 free tenants of that ideology just for picking it, because I'm the first one. If you picked one that someone else already has, one other person already has, you get 1 free tenant. If you are the third person to pick an ideology, you get no free tenants from that ideology. So it's normally best to pick one that no one else has, because you'll get the most advantage out of it. The weakness, of course, I'll explain later, but I'll go ahead and pick freedom. I've adopted freedom. We are now a democratic nation. And I will go ahead and adopt policies here. Now I get 2 free tenants because I adopted it first. This is the policy tree, which I will discuss more later when I discuss cultural victory. But ideology here is the big thing. I get number free tenants here too. I'm under freedom. It is Portuguese freedom. The reason why it differentiates is because of the tenants you choose. So at level 1 you can pick several different things. If I was going for a cultural victory, I'd want avant-garde or creative expression. Civil society is really good just in general for food, and pretty much for any victory condition you're going for. I'm going to go for economic union, because that will convince other people to try and pick freedom also, because all my trade routes with other freedom civs gain me +3 gold. And I will pick civil society, about specialists. So I've picked both of those, and both of those are now in. Once you've picked 2 level 1 options, you can get a level 2 option, which is deeper in the tree and therefore more powerful. If you pick 1, 2, 3 level 1 options, like a pyramid, as you can see how it's set up, 3 level 1 options, you can then pick a second level 2 option, and after that you can pick a level 3 option. The level 3 option either helps with culture, in this case for freedom it's going to help with either culture, science, or diplomatic victory, depending on which one you want. But the level 3 option is the most powerful for whatever science or for whatever victory condition you're trying to do. Things that you should note about ideologies. Ideologies right now, I am content. My people are very content with the fact that we have freedom. I have no negative public opinion from having freedom. If you have a neighbor nearby you, which is a different ideology, let's say Babylon was order, was communistic. If their people are have a lot of tourism, generate a lot of tourism, your people will visit theirs a lot. And they see all the benefits of having a communistic society, and so they will become less happy with freedom. If that gets to the point where it's too much, your happiness will begin plummeting. You can, under emergency situations, go here, go here into your tenants and change your ideology. You can't change your ideology when your people are content, but if unhappiness becomes too rampant, you can change ideologies. If you do change, you lose all the tenants that you've already gotten, which means that all the advantages that you had from your previous ideology is gone. But your people aren't unhappy, so you should keep that in mind. Ideologies completely reshape the late game diplomatic world, which I will explain in the updated diplomacy video, which I will be recording later. So thank you very much for watching about ideologies. Any more questions about Brave New World might be answered in one of my other videos, so go ahead and check out my channel and see what other explanations I have for Brave New World. Until next time, this is Jeremiah Prospero Sparks Bachman. Live long and prospero.